and again, all of this is searchable, and I hate to search immediately because there's a refresh on search. So those of you who are site owners, when you create documents and then you think, well, how does search work? It might be true that this document won't be indexed for another 20 minutes or so. So if I were to search, it might not show up. But about every 20 minutes, not 20 minutes from the time I put a document in, but about every 20 minutes, there's a server setting that goes through and indexes everything on the site. The reason it's not done all the time is that in SharePoint 2010 and 2007 and so on, any resource that I give to indexing is resource I take away from users. So we do it on a time basis rather than continuous searching. But if I were to search for this, and I'd say it's about SharePoint, and now I'm searching in this library, there it is. So that's a good thing. That works. And I can search for this, I can search for this, but I can also search for contents in this because it's an Office document, right?
So the search will work against the field.
The
search will also work about the content that's in the document.
That's right. In the document, because it's an Office document, it does not do that.
It does do it for PDFs.
I was going to say, you all have added the capability for PDFs too. For many, that's why I paused. So you get PDFs and all Office documents, it'll search content. Okay. You don't have to have this field out here saying SharePoint in order to find it if SharePoint is written on one of the slides, and it is. So that's a huge benefit. You don't need to use metadata to be able to capture things that you would search for. Metadata is more often for how we want to be able to organize things than it is for search. But all of the columns that we include are available for search. By adding app and doc version, they're here.
We had one other question here about search, and the question is, can we create columns, instead of creating columns that every person might want to search by, can the user tag the document instead of what matters to them and search for, and we search on tags? So a couple of options with search, aren't there? One of them is that the document itself is searchable. The other one is that user has to have a formula for tagging something, right? There has to be some metadata. You have to know it's a can of carrots or a can of beans or something, right?
And to be able to do that. So the question is, can I as a user go in and just tag this particular document here? And there's tags and notes that sit over here, and that's what they're for. So this is on, we've been spending most of our time on the library tab of the ribbon. This is on the documents tab of the ribbon because it's specific to one or more documents you've selected.
And I think at this stage, again, we haven't used the tag and the notes particularly well or to any great extent, and I think that's a topic friendly for Terry to address in a future presentation.
That would be great, because I would not, you all are ultimately going to upgrade to the next version of SharePoint,
right.
And there's a different, I actually would not encourage a lot of tag use right now until Terry's been part of the conversation.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay? All right.